Actually, 1 minute.
We're live.
We're hot anyway.
Hey.
Good morning. My name is Jeremy Ron. I'm the Public Information Officer for Incident Management Team 2, as well as this complex around the LNU Lightning Complex. A couple things we wanted to cover. First and foremost, we really wanted to say thank you to those of you that have evacuated when asked. I know over the past few days we've been really stressing on the people that have not evacuated or trying to re-enter areas, but we just wanted to make sure and express our thanks to those of you that have evacuated. With that being said, as we start to bring everybody back home after this wildfire, I just wanted to mention that we do have some tools available to review prior to going home. This is an example of after you return home from a wildfire. It is a checklist of good things to look at readyforwildfire.org. Also, just as a reminder on drones, a lot of times on these wildfires, the curiosity and people with drones like to fly in the area. As we've discussed on this incident, waiting to the opportunity to get our aircraft in the air. If drones are flying, we can't. So please, as a reminder, do not fly any drones in any area of a wildfire. Specifically for this incident, we have our 24-hour information line available at 707-967-4207. Now I'd like to invite up our Operations Section Chief, Chris Waters, for an update.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I want to start out real quick. First of all, name Chris Waters, the Operations Section Chief on the LNU Lightning Complex. I'm going to do an operational update. I'm going to start off with an orientation. The LNU Lightning Complex is broken into two zones. You got the west zone, that's from the Pacific Ocean to the Sonoma County line. You have the east zone, which is from the Sonoma County line to the Central Valley. Start off with the Myers Fire. Myers Fire is 95%, 97% contained. Highway 101 is open, and repopulation and all those other activities are in process. We talk about the Walbridge Fire. Walbridge Fire is in the Guerneville area, between just north and west of Guerneville. Redwood, very heavy fuels, steep terrain, difficult access, and numerous structures, and we still connecting the dots. Trying to protect structures, trying to build line between vineyards and grassy open areas, and looking for opportunities to do backfiring. Moving towards to the east zone, we're going to start in Branch 30. Branch 30 is Cape Valley to Winters. We're going to mop up patrol, and we're starting to pick up our hose and bring back all the materials that we use to fight fire. From Winters down to Vacaville, Solano County, the Vaca area, Pleasant Valley Road, we're still continuing to mop up, doing calls for service and doing some additional mop up and patrol and getting ready for repopulation operations. From Fairfield north to Atlas Peak, working on repopulation and cleaning up a lot of our resources that we utilize to extinguish the fire, and then continuing to prepare the area for repopulation. Basically, Atlas Peak up to about Calistoga, or just above Calistoga in the Angwin area. More resources, mop up, patrol, starting to haul back materials. And then we get to the highest priority of the fire, which is Branch 20, which is the northwest portion of the fire, which is from basically Palisades, all the way up to Middletown. This is the highest priority of the fire and the last piece that we have to pick up. Last night on the north end, up by Middletown, we started firing, using backfire to come south and to tie into work that's right above Calistoga, and then working down to finish tying in this area above Schwartz Creek, using bulldozers, hand crews, backfiring, and engine companies, of course, to try to tie this fire. And this is kind of the last, most difficult piece of this fire, and we're hoping that today, with the break in the weather the last 2 days, that we get that opportunity to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Now I'd like to invite up our Sheriff, Sheriff Mark Essick, and Sheriff John Robertson for a law enforcement update.
Good morning. I'm Sonoma County Sheriff Mark Essick. I'm here today with my colleague, Sheriff John Robertson from Napa County. And we're here to just give you a quick update on evacuations. Your sheriff's departments in this area, working with CHP and with CAL FIRE. We continue to work closely with our partners in these evacuation zones to keep you safe and keep you out of those evacuated areas so that our firefighters can get in there and do work. We are working on a repopulation plan and a re-entry plan. Our overall hope is to get you back home quickly and safely. Your safety is paramount to us, and that's the most important thing. We ask for your patience as we go through this repopulation stage and re-entry stage. It is still a rapidly changing and progressing environment with the fire, and so we don't want to get hopes up and make promises we can't keep, and that is would be detrimental to the entire process. So please bear with us in your patience as we start to work with CAL FIRE to repopulate areas. As the damage assessment continues, it's important for everyone to realize that this is a time when some people will realize they no longer have homes, that they are going to be experiencing considerable losses. So it is always important, and we urge you to look out for your neighbors, care for your neighbors, and be patient with one another as we go through this process of repopulating areas and getting back in for reentry. That is all I have to report to you. Thank you, and stay safe.
Thank you, Sheriff. Now I'd like to invite up our unit chief, Chief Jones.
Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. So we got some positive news today in regards to the fire, and some places are repopulating, which is amazing news. From the beginning, our resources have been limited, but we are starting to get a lot of resources coming into the fire, and that's continuing, and that's been extremely helpful. The resources out on the line from the start, they continue to work hard because they want you home as quickly as possible. Their safety, your safety is our #1 priority. So please, I ask that you be patient. This incident is very dynamic. So as you just heard on the briefing, some parts are in mop-up and patrol. So that the black line that you saw on the map, that means those areas are secured, but we're still monitoring. Other areas have active fire. That means that you'll still see smoke, there'll still be flames, there'll still be folks that'll be evacuated in and out of the area. So I ask you to, there's a lot of information flowing from east to west, north to south on this incident, and each part is dynamic. I ask you to please tune in to reputable sites for information. You can go to fire.ca.gov or to your county's local emergency email or website to get current information. We're all working together, both law enforcement, our counties, all of our fire folks, to get you the most current information and keep you abreast of the communications. I also want to remind you that it is fire season, as you all know, but once this fire's done, we still have a very long time to go. We are in the middle of peak fire season. That means that you need to have a plan, you need to be prepared. And I ask you to please, if you haven't done so, go to readyforwildfire.org and see how you can do your part to prepare to help us help you in case of an emergency. Thank you all.
Thank you, Chief. Now I'd like to invite up our Incident Commander, Chief Cavanaugh.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us again for these news briefings and updates on the LNU Lightning Complex. This morning, real quick on the statistics that I've been doing every morning, we are sitting at a total of 352,913 acres this morning, 27% containment. As we move for the east zone over here on the Hennessy Fire, the Hennessy Fire is at 296,050 acres, 29% contained. And over in the west zone on the Walbridge Fire, it's roughly 54,503 acres at 17% contained. Myers Fire is still, we have that one really good, so it's 2,360 acres, 97% contained. We feel really good about the Myers, and every day that'll continue working towards getting 100% containment on the Myers Fire. On personnel, Chief Jones has alluded to, we are looking good on and where we're standing with all the resources we have and coming in. We're sitting with 304 fire engines, 50 water tenders, 12 helicopters, 18 crews, 41 dozers, for a total personnel of 2,194. So as you can see from the last, really after 5 days, we have had a substantial increase in the resources that we're having on the LNU complex, and we really appreciate that. From the operational update that we have from Chief Waters, we're optimistic about everything that's taking place here on the complex. With that though, we still have some troubled areas that we're still dealing with, and we have still evacuation orders in place. We're lifting some evacuation orders as of today also, so it's very dynamic and changing, especially with the fire behavior. As I've been talking about every day with the weather, when the weather picks up or the skies clear in the afternoon, that's when our fire activity picks up in the afternoon, and causes some issues in some of those areas. With that though, coming into the incident in the next few days, I think is important. We are scheduled here to receive 12 National Guard hand crews with roughly 250 people assigned to those hand crews. We're still working on the estimate which day they're going to be here, but hopefully by the end of the week, we'll have those hand crews in helping here on the LNU complex. Yesterday afternoon, we couldn't fly a lot of tankers or aircraft because of the smoke inversion. In the afternoon when the skies lifted, for example, we had on the entire complex yesterday, we had 3 very large air tankers, which we call VLATs, and 2 LATs, which are large air tankers. In a couple of hours yesterday on the entire complex, they dumped 87,000 gallons of retardant on the entire complex. To date, as of this morning, we're up to 2.8 million gallons of retardant has been dumped on the LNU complex across the entire, and all the fires that we've had combined from the very beginning from just 9 days ago, 8 days ago when this started. So we're feeling good, we're getting those resources in. Damage assessment is continuing. That's an ongoing process. Like I've talked yesterday, the data that has to be collected, we want to make sure it's validated. We're in multiple counties and trying to make sure we get the right information to get to those counties for the proper reporting for damage assessment, and then also back to the repopulation. There is going to be repopulation that's going to take place today, as I stated, and that's a good thing. We want to get people back in their homes as quick as possible. One thing I would like to take just a moment here is I'd like to give the cooperation and communication is huge. Keep saying that. I would like to really give a special thanks to all the law enforcement and utilities, the companies that are out here. This morning in the operational briefings, there was a stand-up clap for all the law enforcement agencies. We were dealing with 6 counties, multiple law enforcement agencies that we were doing. And the job that they do, it's in the background. They're not really seen out here in front. You see the red fire engines, but we can't do this without law enforcement. We can't do it without the utility companies. That is how we get people back in their homes. That's how we get people evacuated. But the big thing is getting those people back in their homes. So I personally, from the team, from Chief Jones, we want to thank the utility and the law enforcement. Thank you very much. Correction. Yeah, I would like to ask, is there any questions? I'm sorry. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Chief. As we've mentioned previously, we want to make sure we are targeting all of our audiences with this information. So again, we'd like to appreciate if we can make sure that we have our sign language component in all your video shots as you reshare this update. Now, as well, we'd like to make sure we're reaching out to our Spanish community. So I'd like to invite up Sergeant Valencia and Officer Lopez for a translation of what's been discussed. Thank you.
Buenos días, Sargento Juan Valencia del Departamento de Aguacil, del Departamento del Sheriff del Condado de Sonoma. Continuamos trabajando juntos con CAL FIRE y la patrulla de caminos, patrullando las zonas de evacuación y trabajando a ver cuándo podemos agarrar a las personas que regresen a sus casas. El incendio Walbridge ahorita ha quemado 54,500 acres con 17% contenimiento. El incendio Myers ha quemado 2,360 acres con 97% contenimiento. El incendio ahorita está quemando en la área de noreste, en la área de Guerneville. Eso es lo que están peleando ahorita los bomberos. Como les dije, estamos trabajando muy duro ahorita con CAL FIRE para repoblación en la área, que no hay mucho peligro. Queremos que vuelvan a sus casas, pero la cosa es que su seguridad es primero. Tenemos que tener mucha paciencia de lo que está pasando ahorita. Hay muchos bomberos. Ahorita tienen 2,194 bomberos y van a agarrar más bomberos para el incendio. Si pueden regresar a sus casas más tarde, la cosa es que todavía va a haber bomberos y patrullas de caminos y oficiales en la área, so tienen que poner atención donde están manejando. Ahorita estamos continuando de evaluar los daños de residencias y estructuras en las áreas del incendio. Eso va a tomar mucho tiempo para tener los números. Recuerde que algunos vecinos cuando regresan a casa no van a tener casa. Tenemos que tener paciencia y ayudarles. Sean amables con uno al otro. Cuida a tu vecino, a tu familia y que se cuiden. Gracias.
Buenos días, soy su oficial Custodio López con la Patrulla de Caminos de California. Les quería informar que el incendio Genesee ha quemado 296,000 acres en este momento y ya tienen el 29% contenido. Hoy quiero comenzar con el área de Lake County. Les queremos dejar saber a todas las personas que viven en Middletown o Hidden Valley Lake, hacia el noreste, van a estar nuestros compañeros de CAL FIRE. Va a haber un inicio de incendio de contenimiento, en inglés es un backfire. Va a haber mucho humo que van a estar mirando, les estamos pidiendo. Saben que van a recibir varias llamadas pensando que hay otros incendios que se están comenzando, pero la razón que están haciendo eso es para que designen el incendio que se vaya a una área donde ya tienen nuestros compañeros una línea de contenimiento. Están haciendo su trabajo y están tratando de dirigirla a una área donde la pueden contener y pararla más. Muchísimas gracias, les queremos dejar saber a las personas de Lake County. Otro mensaje clave de nuestros compañeros de CAL FIRE, por favor, si usted conoce a alguien o si usted tiene los drones, no les estén volando en las áreas que muchos quieren agarrar videos, quieren agarrar a fotos. Por favor, no vayan a hacer eso, porque cuando están haciendo eso, nuestros compañeros no pueden volar sus avionetas, los helicópteros, y no pueden seguir haciendo su trabajo, trayendo el agua, el retardant para parar este incendio ahorita. Por favor, hay que no ser egoístas. Si conoce a alguien, dígales que no vayan a hacer eso, porque después ellos no pueden volar cuando esos drones están. Otra cosa bien importante de nuestros compañeros de PG&E que les quieren dejar saber, en estas áreas donde la gente ya va a empezar a poder regresar a sus hogares, por favor, cuando llegue, vaya a mirar alrededor de su hogar y asegúrese que no haya líneas de cable o de luz que estén tiradas. Si tiene que manejar sobre ellas, no lo vaya a hacer. Primeramente, vaya y notifique a un bombero o a alguien que está alrededor, porque tenemos que tratar cada línea como si está viva. Ahorita ya los pudimos sacar, los tenemos aquí y no queremos que vaya a causar una tragedia o que vaya a pasar algo. Nos queremos dar muchísimas gracias. Ahorita estamos en el momento que queremos repopular, pero hay que hacerlo todo seguro y hay que ayudarnos los unos y los otros. Gracias.
Thank you. That will conclude today's press update. We will have another update tomorrow at 11 a.m. and please have a fire safe day. Thank you.